What is up, guys? My name is Yen. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright guys, in today's video we are going to be talking about the latest gameplay trailer that actually dropped, and of course it has to do with the For Rent. There is many different people saying many different things, and Simmers are all over Twitter talking. Now we are going to get into a couple of Simmers tweets, but that will be in just a second. I do want to quickly recap that The Sims actually tweeted out stating, "Are you guys ready for this gameplay trailer?" And they have been anticipating it ever since last week. A lot of people have been talking and wondering what kind of features are we going to be getting with the new For Rent, and it looks like we are getting a couple of different features. I did ask you guys over on my Twitter and as well as my YouTube channel on a survey asking, because based on the new gameplay For Rent trailer, how hyped are you about the EP? And over 49% of you out of 334 votes said I'm getting it ASAP, and following right behind that stating I need the live stream is 29.3%. Over on my YouTube channel, over 1,000 people voted, and again I need the live stream actually won, and I'm getting it ASAP was actually in second place. So I'd be curious to know, let me know down below in the comments, are you guys getting it ASAP, or are you waiting for the live stream, or are you just not waiting for it at all? Now, anyway, with that all being said, people still went to Twitter to announce their excitement when it came down to The Sims 4, because not only did they end up doing the first look at creating and marking units, they also did such things as tenant agreements, and we now have repos, which we're going to get into later on. Starting off with the first Simmer by Tink saying, "This is so well thought out. I love the rating system. The higher the rating, the more people you will attract, and the more people who will want to rent with you. I cannot wait to get my hands on this pack, y'all. This looks so fun," and I completely agree. I do think this is going to add a complete different aspect when it comes down to The Sims 4 and gameplay, especially if you are involved with storytelling. Now, I am going to get into my thoughts and opinions later on at the end of this video, so just stay tuned for that. Someone else ended up tweeting by Maul saying, "We are getting a kettle. I am so excited," and many people now noticed not only one kettle, but also two different kinds. Another user ended up by the name of Six said the bug exterminator is back, and many people did notice that they were referencing a Sims 2. Now, you guys know me, I'm a really big Sims 2 person. I am all here for the Sims 2 franchise. I just think it's just top tier, and let me know down below in the comments your favorite franchise in The Sims. And there are comparisons on repos in The Sims, Sims 2, Sims 3, and Sims 4, and I'll actually link that video down below in the comments for you guys if you wanted to check out the differences between all the repo men and The Sims just franchise in general. Someone else by the name of Life of Sims said, "So everything I wanted from this expansion was fulfilled. I didn't even want to think about how many possibilities we have from now on in The Sims 4. And as you guys can see, y'all, there are so many different ways that we're going to be able to work throughout this whole For Rent process. And a lot of people are excited, but a lot of people aren't. And we're going to get into those tweets a little bit later on. And Farfella actually tweeted out, "The fact that we can determine the rent per week is the biggest selling point to me. My Sims can finally have realistic bills. I'm truly so excited for this pack and the amount of gameplay they are adding." Someone else ended up mentioning considering housing when it comes down to the students. "Okay, but imagine off-campus student apartments with shared spaces," said SimFan923. And yeah, that's going to be such a game changer when it comes down to Discovery University. We already see some cross-pack compatibility, and Marilyn ended up tweeting, "Oh my gosh, look at the customization in this pack. I'm so excited about this." And again, a lot of people are just so excited regarding all the different features that The Sims 4 For Rent is going to state. Now, the Sim Gurus ended up mentioning that there are so much more that we have not been shown, and it's going to be more in the live stream, but I'll be covering more on that later. We are going to read a couple of Simmers tweets who weren't that happy with the trailer and have a lot of different questions. Starting off with Sarah Play said, "I'm still really excited for the pack, but the trailer wasn't great." And someone else by the name of Monica said, "I wonder what the home unit checkbox is. Most likely to select is a space is shared or not, but wouldn't it be amazing if we could set up commercial units like bars or shops?" And a Sim Guru actually touched on this, and we're going to get into that a little bit later on, but I would love to know what you guys think about this. So another Simmer by the name of 2023 said, "I'm really excited about this pack, but I remember being also excited for high school years and ended up not buying it after everyone's review. LOL, I guess sometimes they have a nice idea but doesn't translate well." Eric even tweeted out saying, "Even though I plan to get it, I still need the live stream. The gameplay trailer most likely talked about being a landlord, which doesn't doesn't really interest me. I think the new rental system looks great, but doubt I'll use it much since I don't build and prefer to be a tenant. Now, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions towards not only these couple of tweets, but just how you guys feel in general. Tink said, I have so many questions for this pack. How will we get notified if something is broken and in the tenant's home or needs fixing? I wonder if we will get a notification or a phone call, or if we will need to come out at night, etc. for emergency fixings like real actual apartments. And someone else by the name of Sim Guru Reality Sim said, ooh, I wonder if you can do inspections, and I do believe this is going to be possible because considering there are ratings regarding your Sims homes. Someone else by the name of Starry said, this looks really fun. I'm super curious how visiting other units work though. Loading screens or no, and many people have been asking about loading screens. Mikey even tweeted out, because there's a button in the unit UI that says travel to unit, does it mean unit on different lot or even on same lot? And a lot of people had comments regarding loading screens, and there was a lot of concerns because a lot of people feel like there shouldn't be loading screens when it comes down to your tenants. Now, Boring Bones ended up tweeting, field research, if the new for rent expansion brought loading screens to visit neighbors within your own lot, would it be a problem for you or do you consider it acceptable? Now, many people tweeted back at this tweet because a lot of people had comments and concerns and opinions, and we're going to read about two of them, and I would love to know your opinions down below in the comments about how you guys feel about loading screens being brought into the tenants and where they live. Now, my personal opinion, I don't think that should be a thing, but of course, to prevent lag, and we know The Sims 4 is a little bit buggy, I think that it does, it's just not going to be surprising. Jessica ended up tweeting out saying, definitely a problem. If there's a loading screen to visit someone on the same lot, then it'll be a definite pass for me. It'll be like having a loading screen to move from room to room. Though I could understand having one if you're not the landlord or property owner. Ellie said, loading screens to visit other apartments in the same active lot as me. In 2023, even The Sims 2 in 2008 didn't have loading screens between apartments. What a disappointment if that's the case. And yeah, I completely agree. I personally feel that loading screens is something that they should have thought through a little bit more when it came down to just switching over and going to each tenant's house. But of course, we do have some sim gurus actually responding back to a lot of simmers and their questions, and which we're going to get into now. Again, I want to know your opinions regarding the loading screens and how you guys feel. Starting off with Sim Guru Nova actually tweeting back at a user saying, so is this the actual max rent you can get from tenants? 2,400, and is this like every week? I wish we got paid more than that, but I guess it all depends. She does say, keep in mind this is just one unit. Multiply this by like 3 or 4. So the cap is 2,400, but again, with all those, units combined, it'd be different. Someone else by the name of Zerbu said, we can lease lots for a limited number of days, aka hotels. And if you look closely, this is what the reference was, and SimGuru Nova actually shut that down saying, oops, wait, slight correction. Lease length doesn't indicate how often rent is paid, but it relates to time periods where tenants can break their lease without paying additional fees. Property owners can make certain changes to the lease. So a lot of people still have many different questions, and of course everything is being very broad by the sim gurus. Someone else by the name of Evan said, we're gonna need a crash course on this stream because aka a lot of people are confused on how exactly the system works, and SimGuru Nova tweeted back, apparently I do too. My features were mainly build mode related, so I had to double check on that one, LOL. Someone else by the name of Queen Bee said, the Sims typo, how about maximum? Might want to fix this before release, and this is the reference photo where it says maximum occupancy inactive rule, and a lot of people did have questions on this, and actually SimGuru Ninja responded back, LOL, great catch. The trailer UI was from some earlier footage. It's all good now, and ended up tweeting back with this. So again, people are already noticing some bugs and caused some concerns, but again, that was from earlier footage back then. Someone else ended up tweeting out saying, Nova, this may be an annoying question, but will we get to play as a tenant instead of just purely the landlord? I'm so scared this will make tenants unplayable because of city living existing. And SimGuru Nova responded, you'll never have to play as a property owner. Don't worry. So there are options to play as a property owner and to play as a tenant if you don't want to do that. Someone else said, can we have different lot types in the same building, like having a shop from get to work and a house or a library and a cafe within the same lot? And she actually tweeted back about this, and a lot of people was like, huh? Saying not in this pack, residential rentals is its own new lot type. And by saying not in this pack, a lot of people were like, okay, does this mean in future packs we're gonna have this? There was a lot of speculation within that, and she goes, not confirming anything either way, but it is a community request that we're aware of. It's something folks have wanted for a while for sure. So she's aware of it. They know we want it, but yet they didn't do it. Again, they love microtransactioning, and we will have to wait and see. Another question I did have regarding this whole pack is that they didn't expand on burglars. Now, we do know in the original For Rent trailer, we saw someone actually breaking in, and even in the leaks that actually happened prior to the trailers coming out, saying there's going to be snooping or even breaking and entering. One user even tweeted out maybe it's going to be a base game update before the pack comes out, but again, no one has known anything for sure. We do know that there's an and more when it comes down to the roadmap, especially from September to December, so that and more could very well lead to burglars, but again, nothing has been said or nothing has been announced. Hopefully there's something that's going to be talked about within the Twitch live stream for the Sim Gurus, or just in general coming out eventually when it comes down to the base game update that we all get right before an EP drops. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see. But another user said, I'm seeing some questions being answered, but at this point I'm going to need a whole class for this pack because my brain ain't braining right now. And a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people feel that this is a very confusing pack to maybe wrap their heads around, because there's so many different features, but yet there is a wide open kind of like, okay, but what about this? But what about this? And people want specifics, and they're not actually delivering the specifics. SimGuru Nova said, I'm trying to be general enough to not overshare, but also to answer the questions correctly. LOL, it's a struggle out here, but many people think that's not enough. She said soon will be announced on the main account, and hang tight. Now, with that whole hang tight, of course, we are going to have to be waiting for the Sims streams and live stream, and just to see overall what exactly is going to happen. Now, we do know the Sims 4 for Rent pack is coming out on December 7th, so again, the live stream could only be no more than 2 weeks away. And with the holiday coming up, we know that many people are going to be out of the office, so maybe after and in between. I do think that they're going to end up doing that around, again, probably December 1st, right, a couple of days before. And I do think they're going to do the same early access footage as they did last time, where it's only about 1 day before the pack actually releases. Again, a lot of people are wondering if the pack is going to be glitchy and buggy, and just overall what is going to happen with this pack. A lot of people are excited, a lot of people are kind of on edge, and a lot of people really want to see the live stream, including me. Now, my personal thoughts and opinions, and I know you guys wanted to hear about it. I didn't do a live reaction, which I usually do, but again, my thoughts and opinions towards this is that so far on a scale 1 to 10, I'm still going to rate it a solid 6.5, 7. Although I am excited for renting, I do feel like the gimmick of this whole pack is, of course, for rent. Now, there is a lot to do with this pack, but I feel like outside of it, I don't know, I'm just going to have to see more of the world. I'm going to have to see more of the creative sim and the build and buy that we can get outside of just what this pack offers. But again, I think this is something that's going to add a lot of gameplay to simmers, and especially those who have been wanting to just own rental properties, do Airbnbs, and this will be another great way to initially, you know, make hotels, because right now we don't have hotels. So this is another way to create them in a different way. So again, there's so many possibilities with this pack. So I'm just not going to hop on the train. It's kind of like what the simmer said earlier about the whole high school years, and people get excited and then all of a sudden it's just like a flop. And unfortunately, I don't want to be that Debbie Downer or the negative Nancy, but again, The Sims just doesn't have a really good history where they, you know, release a trailer and it's great and then the gameplay is actually great. They just don't have that history. It's usually 9 times out of 10, the trailer looks nothing how the gameplay is perceived. So again, I'm going to have to wait for the live stream, and I'm going to have to wait until I actually have my hands on the For Rent, and I will be talking about that. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up because it truly does help out my channel. And whether you're a silent viewer, you watch my videos, you share my videos, or you comment on my videos, at the end of the day, you still show me some support, and for that, I thank you. We are on the road to officially at 30K, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!